Hello, people of faith. I'm talking about spiritual strategies for living your everyday life. And most of these come from Christianity and from the teachings of Jesus. So today's strategy is looking forward to a time when this will no longer be a problem. Looking forward to a time when this will no longer be a problem. Jesus does this when he is speaking about the coming of the kingdom of God. He's looking forward to a future time when people will live more like God and less like our own human superficial pettiness. He does this in the parable of the weeds and wheat because he says that there's evil and good in this world, evil people and good people. It will be sorted out in the future in the resurrection. So he's creating space, tolerance for the situation as it is now, recognizing it will never be fixed in his lifetime, but looking forward to a time when God will ultimately fix the problem. He does this when he meets with the Samaritan woman at the well, and she says, well, should we worship on this mountain or should we worship in Jerusalem? And Jesus says, the days are coming when the true worshipers will worship in spirit and in truth. So in the future, this debate will be solved in a completely different way. So how do you live this strategy in your life? Say you have a conflict with a coworker, you tell yourself, one day this will not be a problem. And you don't know if you're going to leave this job, if the coworker is going to leave, if you two will eventually figure out your differences. You don't know how it's going to be solved, but you know it's going to be solved. You're having trouble making ends meet, meeting your budget. You tell yourself, there's a future me that has solved this problem. There's a future me that knows how to do this. And then you kind of access more confidence in yourself that this will happen one day. Why do we do this? Because if we can't imagine it, then we can't make it real. So the first step is to imagine this happening. And then after we can imagine it, then we can sort of align ourselves to go in this direction. So it's living in hope, it's living in trust, it's living in faith. You can also do this in a super big picture way. Like there's a war happening right now where people are getting killed. We say, one day this war will end. I know God will put an end to this war. I know that this is not going to last forever. Or there's a Christian tradition of even hoping for the end of war itself. One of the prophets talks about a time when people will beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. So there's a Christian tradition of hoping that one day will come when people will not make war on one another, that we will know how to coexist without resorting to war. Will it happen in our lifetime? Probably not. But if we can imagine it, we can make steps today to move in that direction. So that's today's strategy. Looking forward to a time when this will no longer be a problem.